Okay, assalamu alaikum, you guys. So this is my little brother Levi. I've already asked him to act normal, so it's probably not going to go well. But anyways, as a lot of you know, I grew up in China, and when I was about 8 years old, or almost 9 years old, we got a call in the middle of the night, and it was our sisters in the No, because really, our sisters, all of our siblings are making fun of us for this, and I just looked in the background, and my sister knows we're filming, so she's going. Anyways, she's adopted too, and an example of why you shouldn't. No, I'm just kidding. Stop, I'm just kidding. So anyway, so when I was 8 years old, oh my goodness. Okay, so when I was 8 years old, we got a call in the middle of the night, and they just told my parents, "This is not a good part to be laughing." Oh no! Stop! Look at Reed. Oh my god, okay. So anyways, they said don't look at them, don't give them attention. That they just got in this burned, abandoned baby, and they thought that he was gonna die. So Levi, why don't you take it from there? God. So Levi, I'm sorry you guys. This is serious and we're serious about this. But if you saw the foolishness that my little sister is doing, oh my goodness. Okay, Levi, you tell them.
Alright. Well, I don't really remember that, like, all that. But, like...
You don't remember stuff now.
Okay. Well, like, because, like, from what I know, of course, is, like, I was 6 weeks old. I was found under the bush, wrapped in burial clothes, in a cornfield or, like, a rice field that was growing, like... And it was for sure at night because in the day they found me, like, a man found me. We don't really know who he was, or like what he did, or why he found me, or why he even took me in because of how poor the area was. And to pick up an abandoned baby is basically
huge liability.
Yeah, it's a huge liability. It's basically you putting yourself as that caretaker now for the rest of its life. And so he took me in for a few days, I think it was, fed me and like kept me within his family. It was just him and his wife. And then he knew about the orphanage that was starting up in that area, and he decided to take me to the gate because they knew where the owner and the founders and workers of that orphanage lived in, and left me there, hoping that I would be found or called again. And the gatekeeper guy decided to ring up my mom and my dad late at night. It was really late.
Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. in China. Yeah. I remember because this when we had only been in China. Our family moved there for like, I don't know, 8 months. And weird things had happened, but like it was the first time we'd ever been called that late. So my mom went to the hospital and basically saw this baby that the doctors were like, yeah, he's not gonna make it, and we'll call you tomorrow when he goes. And my mom fell in love with him. Don't know why. He doesn't wear deodorant. Just kidding.
Bought some today.
You got some. That's actually true. He really did buy some today. It's a brand new thing. But anyways, so then it was like kind of basically like a journey of miracle after miracle, subhanAllah, where they kept saying he was going to die. They kept saying he was going to die, and he continued to live through things that, like, it was just insane. He was, how old did you say we're getting, like 3 months old? Or
6 weeks old.
6 weeks old, yeah, 6 weeks old, so tiny and so badly burned. And I remember my mom would start to spend just all the time at this hospital, and finally it got to the point where the doctors in Beijing were like, okay, we're gonna have to take his other arm as well, which so this is right arm, and they wanted to take his left arm. So but my mom was like, I want him to at least be able to have one of those. I've got to get him to the US. But he had no passport, no visa, and we didn't even have money for a ticket to the States. And my mom just started calling airlines. And dang, when you think about it, it makes all this annoying stuff she does. Like,
yeah, I know, it's like,
when you were really thinking, you're like, Mom,
technically she did.
I know,
Like,
yeah, she
alive.
really did. But anyway, so she just started calling airlines and embassies and being like, we've got to save this kid's life. So then, long story short, he made it to Shriners, where he's had all of his surgeries. So shout out to Shriners. Good blokes and with good folks. I don't. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone. But the reason why I wanted to bring my brother on today is, one, to talk about just like really inspiring things, I speak English. 你好。
你好.
我不会说英语.
I don't know what that means.
He doesn't even know that my Chinese is better than his.
Yeah, well, you were 9. I moved when I was 9. So.
Sorry. Okay. anyways. So what was I saying? I do this all the time.
You wanted me to talk about like my after the
Oh
story.
yeah.
Then,
Oh
like,
yeah.
adoption.
Okay. Yeah. So his life is so inspiring because I was with my mom. So when my mom wound up getting tickets and getting to be able to fly him back to the U.S., she took me with her so I could help. Oh, that's so gross. Anyways, sorry. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, so my mom came back to the U.S. and I was with her for all of this, and so one of the things that the doctors kept telling us was like he's never going to be able to walk, he's never going to be able to swim, and now Levi plays basketball. He's an incredible athlete. He swims. I swim better. Or were you playing in that? No, that was Reed. Have you? Mom is still so mad that Reed won. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about today. That's not what we're here to talk about today. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about just like the inspiring things that can happen and what we can really overcome. Like, Levi, do you want to speak on anything about like overcoming or anything like that?
Well, like, it's just crazy because like throughout the whole life, like professionals, so-called people that take years to become masters of the body and like medicine, surgeries, everything would be like, oh, we'll give up, or he's not gonna make it, so why waste your money, your time, and like all that just for something to like either lose or die or never be able to do something that a normal person could. And like those are so-called professionals, so like it makes you think like, oh, well then okay, they can't, so they might as well give up. But like they, like especially with my mom and my family, like they never gave up on me. So then it makes me want to, like, of course, fight and always go on and do things that prove people wrong, always, especially when they're doubters. And
I'm his number one doubter.
Yeah.
Proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know what's wrong with me.
But, like, it wasn't even, like, from, it's, like, recently, it's always been through the whole life from, like, the day I was found, because doctors said I wouldn't make it, and then they would say, oh, well, if he makes it, like, it's God who did it, or it's, like, a random thing like no other
they're like
person.
There's no way that this was an accident. Pretty much that was like the incredible thing too. And Levi's not Muslim and we weren't raised Muslim, actually the opposite. We were in China because my dad was doing missionary work. But I think like one of the most cool things subhanAllah about Levi's story is just how Allah made himself so known in his life. And Allah just means God in Arabic. But so I'm not like did you see that thing with what's the guy from the Patriot Act, what's his name? The really fun what's his name? Anyways, there was like this time when he interviewed Justin Trudeau and he's Muslim and he was like trying to convince him to accidentally convert. He was like, repeat after me. So I'm not trying to do that. Anyways, that basically Allah was protecting him every single step of the way. And it got so to the point that when my mom finally got my brother to Beijing, this doctor had just witnessed this little squishy tiny person pull through so much and finally told my mom, he was like, you know what, if this baby does survive, it's going to be God that saved his life. And I think that that's the craziest
and they don't
thing.
believe God. They're super
very
anti-Christian.
Yeah, very anti-Muslim.
Yeah, anti anything with God or religion. Because
is out. It really heavily out. So anyways, I think that part is so incredible. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is you know, there's a sunnah, which in Islam and Muslim it means like it's like a tradition of our Prophet Muhammad to adopt orphans. And actually in the Quran it says that Allah and the Prophet are like this on Judgment Day. But with that being said, that's a gift, and but also with all these gifts comes a responsibility. And I am really tired of seeing the conversations a lot of Muslims will have around adoption and a lot of the misconceptions they'll have too, because we have countries full of children who are needing homes, and in Islam the only barrier you have for adoption is that you just can't they're not supposed to take on the name or the inherit, whatever that is. There's no reason, and in actuality, like, this added to our life, this completed our family. Like my little sister who just ruined our video. I don't mean with her, but with him. No, I'm just kidding. I love her very much. But just the impact that I think a lot of times when people talk about adoption too, they talk about the impact that it has on the person who's being adopted and not so much on their family. And like I said, this completed our family, you know? Levi and me love to cook. And so, okay, what did we try to make the other day?
We made pho.
Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, we have to talk about the pho first because this is like, anyways, that was not the point. But we both really like to cook, and I'm home right now, and so we decided yesterday to make like a dish that takes like 9 hours, and it's a Vietnamese dish. Anyways, okay, the point of this was that it completed our family, you know, and aside from the benefit that it brought him, it brought our family like infinitely more jokes, infinitely. Oh, do you remember? Oh, this is the last story I have to tell, and the last like thing I'm gonna go off the charts with. But okay, do you remember there's this one time where I guess some guy in the neighborhood was bullying you, and like, you know, usually my brothers are always like bullying each other. We just that's what we do. But I guess he was bullying you or something like that. And then mom got a phone call and she was like, hey, one of your sons, our oldest brother, just cut off our electricity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell that story. Oh,
Okay.
I love this story.
So
this is what can happen if you adopt, okay?
So we have a neighbor, like he's a used to be neighbor. And we were cool with one of the brothers, like he was really cool and stuff. But the other one was kind of like just a bully kind of. And like kind of just rude to a lot of since he was older, to like the younger children. Or like not really younger children, just like younger people, just because he wanted to be like cool and stuff like that, and he's going through like the teenage stuff, and he was just a bully in general and like kind of annoying. And so we told our brother about it, our oldest brother Ian, and we all decided one night just to go power boxing where there's a power on the side and we just shut it off. And yeah, not the best idea. I wouldn't recommend it.
Also, okay, wait, if you think that this is like their worst idea, let me tell you that one time, I know I said this is going to be the last night. Okay, so when we were growing up in China, because we all lived in China before we moved back to the U.S., I remember this one time my mom getting this call and being so confused and being like, this group of boys, your sons and your best friend's sons, just threw a computer out a window and said they did it because they want to see the inside of a computer. And my mom was like, because she like didn't want to believe it happened, but it was so weird that she knew, of course, they were telling the truth. But anyway, sorry, back to your story. So you cut the power cord.
Yeah, we cut the power to their house, and they believe in having guns. And so we came back home. We were like laughing about it and stuff like that. They apparently called their parents who were at the gym, who were luckily not home.
Ew, what?
Their dad came home.
Parents work out.
Yeah.
This is the first red flag.
Their dad came home with their mom and decided to sit outside of his house with a shotgun for about a few hours.
I didn't know
He
this.
sat outside of his house with a gun, just chilling there until
because of
like,
a power box.
Yeah, no, in case. Because if you shut it down, a lot of times that means someone's going to break into your house and rob you.
Oh,
yeah.
So he sat outside with the shotgun.
Yeah, because his kids were the only ones home. And they were maybe 15, 16 around that.
So you guys are actually the bad guys in this story.
No, we definitely are the bad guys.
I always,
we never said we were a good guy.
No, the way
you thought
I
we were just wanting revenge?
Like... Yes! The story I heard was not, okay, this is not my favorite story. The story that was narrated to me, which is why you gotta be careful with narrations, people. The story that I was told was that they were bullying Levi. All my brothers got involved. The lady called my mom. My mom was like, there's no way they did it. And then my brothers were like, no, we did it. Yeah. But this story just sounds like my brothers were being
we
jerks.
tried to hide it too. We kept saying
surprising.
We didn't do it, but then our friend who went with us,
they
knocked on his door and were like, do you know if someone power boxed their house? So they asked our friend, his parents asked our friend, and our friend ratted us out and said, yeah, we all did it. Because, you know, he wants to tell the truth, which is good. Always tell the truth. But yeah,
okay, you guys,
we got ratted out.
These are all red flags.
Yeah,
these
then
are
they came to
sorry.
our door.
We're gonna have to get better guests next time. Okay, well, we're gonna sign off on that. No. So, yeah, is there anything else you want to say? Oh,
what was the other stuff that you wanted to know?
So, also this, I forgot to say this, but you can follow Levi, and we're gonna put all the goofy things in the
description.
And that, and but basically Levi is way more cooler only online, not really in real life, than me. And he has a really huge following on TikTok, and you can follow him there at
The Real One-Armed Bandit.
Real One-Armed Bandit.
Yeah, don't judge his name.
So you can follow him there. And do you have a YouTube yet? Or
I have a YouTube. It's just my name, Levi Bentley, like Levi space Bentley.
Bentley, like the car we cannot afford.
Yeah.
That's Bentley.
But our neighbor's got one now.
I know.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We love them though. Mashallah.
Mm.
Do you want to buy me a Bentley?
I would, but
You've got $4. He's probably got $4.
Yeah.
Next round.
Mm-hmm.
5 years. Anyways, okay. Assalamu alaikum, you guys. Jazakallah here for watching. This is my brother Levi. Please make sure that you do check him out on those channels. And if you have any questions, I'm going to be here for a couple more days. You want to ask Levi a question? If you want to ask me a question too, I guess. Anyways, please do. So, assalamu alaikum. And thanks, Levi, for being here and wearing deodorant. Woo. Okay, bye.